Welcome back to the house. So listen, we got to go ahead and talk Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like I have been missing in action from all of the tea when it comes to Atlanta, but y'all, it hasn't really been a lot going on, just a lot of little stuff that I feel like isn't even worth talking about. But some of the stuff I think is actually interesting. So we're going to go ahead and get into the tea. Kenya Moore Hair Care saved her business from covert. Okay, so y'all know that COVID happened and it's still happening. It's not as bad, it's not as worse. We have vaccines, we have testing, we social distance, we have the mask. We're a little bit more educated and knowledgeable about the situation, but y'all, you know that when the mess first happened, it was a whole hot ass mess, and a lot of businesses were going out of business. A lot of people could not go to work. Everybody was down, out, and struggling. Well, Kenya Moore Hair Care just admitted that she was struggling really, really bad. I know that during the pandemic, circa 2020, Candy went on her YouTube channel and basically talked about her struggles with the pandemic and keeping up everything and not being on DoorDash and Grubhub for her restaurants and things like that. But in today's time, Kenya Moore Hair Care has talked a little bit about the situation and how she's come out of that situation. She posted this picture of her at a local CVS pharmacy, which I think is really exciting because Kenya Moore Hair Care, of course, the shampoos, the conditioners, the mask, is now, I'm assuming, being sold at CVS stores, which I think is amazing. So in her caption, she says, "What a dream come true. At CVS Pharmacy welcomes at Kenya Moore Hair Care. This is such a monumental moment for me and hashtag Kenya Moore Hair. During COVID, we lost our momentum and I feared we would lose our largest retail account, but God had a different plan." That's what's up. She says, "Thank you, CVS, GBL Sales, Brandon, her CEO," which I had no idea that Brandon was the CEO. Brandon, I believe, is the man. Let me click on his Instagram real quick to make sure we're talking about the same Brandon. Yeah. Ooh, I hate his profile picture. I'm going to go ahead and put it up like, honey, we need to change that stat. We need to change that. I don't like that. It's giving, I don't know. It's giving. It's giving something. I'm trying not to judge the situation, but it's giving like, what's going on with the hair? What's going on with the filter? Like, does he have in contacts? Okay. Anyways, but this is Brandon. This is the man that got beat up by Opalo. Okay, remember at the what was it? It wasn't by wig. It was the slumber party, but it was called Pillow Talk. Remember at Lenithia's Pillow Talk when Brandon and Kenya Moore showed up late from the Atlanta airport, honey. And Kenya was like, "Oh my God, Nene, you look so good." And Lenithia was like, "You don't." Okay. Yeah. So Brandon is the one that came with Kenya, right? And apparently he is the COO of Kenya Moore Hair Care. And I love it. I love the fact that Kenya is putting her friends in positions. I think that that is super dope. She also thanks Ultra Standard, which is her team, who make this exclusive pharmacy partnership happen. So you can only get it at the CVS pharmacies. No other pharmacy is going to have the hair care products. Of course, it's online, and then also Sally's Beauties if you want to go ahead and support. She says, "Please support our amazing brand of hair care products that help you love the hair that you were born with by getting back to healthy, thriving hair." And then she goes on to thank Candy Burris Tucker for being an inspiration in business, which I think is so sweet because we all know that Candy is a boss. Okay, Candy is a boss. Out of every other housewife, I think maybe of all time, I mean, Candy has basically done it all and she's pretty successful at it. So I agree that Candy is an inspiration in the business world. She also thanks Sonia Richards-Ross, her new friend on The Housewives, Drew Sidora, which I think is crazy that Drew Sidora and Kenya are besties. Like, what the hell is going on? Pigs are flying. She thanked Monietta Shaw, who I'm really excited to see on the upcoming season 14 of Atlanta, and Sheree Whitfield, who were so positive and happy for Kenya. She says, "I love those ladies." So yes, you guys, I am so happy about Miss Hair Care. She is out here making moves during Black History Month. She's come such a long way from her launch party where she had water in the bottles to now being in CVS. This is amazing. Shout out and give up some congratulatory messages in the comments down below. Okay, moving right along. Speaking of the housewives of Atlanta and their businesses, can we go ahead and talk about She By Sheree, honey? Okay. Miss She By Sheree. Now, y'all know that Shereè to me is just one big flop, and I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest at the situation. Ever since Shereè has been on the show, she has really tried to be this fashion girl, and she really tried to diss the other women for not being fashionable, aka Lenithia Leaks. Okay, she really tried to make it seem like, she had this line together, and she's been trying to get it off the ground since 2008. How many years ago was that? Over 10 years ago, sweets. Okay, 13 years ago, 14 at this damn point. Honey, okay, she had a whole fashion show with no fashions. 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, she went back onto the Housewives, and we asked her, where is She By Sheree, sis? And she was like, oh, spring, September, summer, more hair care. And we was all looking at the TV screen like, what the hell is going on? Okay, what's going on, Shereè? I feel like She By Sheree, I'm happy that Shereè thinks that she's a fashion girl. I'm happy that she has, these ambitious dreams of being an entrepreneur and a fashion designer. But, just being honest at the situation, the whole thing is just a flop. A whole 13-year flop. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And I ain't taking it back, and it ain't changing. With that being said, you guys, she is reviving She By Sheree for the third time in 13 years. And she had another fashion show, which I think is going to be slated as the finale on the show, season 14, because y'all know Sheree is back. Hopefully this time we will have a fashion with fashions and it won't be dreadful. Hopefully this time we actually make it, to the sellers market. Hopefully she actually does the marketing and the advertising. Hopefully she actually comes through with what she needs to come through with, because, honey, I'm sick of hearing about She By Sheree. Like, does Shereè not get embarrassed every time she talks and has a conversation with Andy Cohen and he asks, are you wearing She By Sheree? And you're always like, no, this isn't She By Sheree. This is Gucci. She By Gucci. Like, sis, you're not embarrassed. Okay, now one positive thing I can say about Shereè is that she ain't never gave up. Okay, she ain't never gave up. This is a classic case of if you want it bad enough, you can do it. But a part of me thinks that she's only doing it because she's back on the show, because all the years you weren't on the show, you could have still did a fashion line and you didn't. So this to me is a manufactured storyline, something you're only doing because you're appearing on the show for a third time, which is mind-boggling to me. Anyways, like, sis, you keep leaving and you keep going, and every time you are here, you really don't bring anything. But anyways, let me stop running Miss Sheree Whitfield all the way down to the ground on this little TV show. I say that to say that thank God we finally have a reincarnated version of She By Sheree. She did a fashion show. Like I said, it's supposed to be the season finale of RHOA season 14. And the interesting thing about the situation is that I hear that Deshaun Snow was at the fashion show. Y'all, I'm shook. Okay, at this point, I really don't care about the fashion show with no fashions. I care about Deshaun Snow because y'all know Deshaun Snow is one of my favorite housewives of Atlanta ever. I feel like she deserved a second season. I don't know why she wasn't on there, but the woman is beautiful. She's gorgeous. To me, she was a little soft-spoken, but I want to see what the hell Deshaun got going on. So I heard Deshaun is back. I heard Apollo Nida attended the fashion show, and as well as Cynthia Bailey's ex, Peter Thomas. So y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about that situation. I think it's going to be quite interesting. Speaking of events down there in Atlanta, apparently Marlo and Kenya, who really haven't been seeing eye to eye this season, had a joint birthday party. I believe probably Candy or one of the other girls, I'm not sure, threw a joint birthday party from what I've been hearing. And I found it really interesting because it looked like Drew Sidora was on a walker. I know you guys remember that during season 13 when Drew got casted, she was in that cast in that walker. She sprained her ankle. She could barely dress. She couldn't do her hair. She had the Pandarosa wig. It was a whole mess, honey. And it looked like something had happened. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Yeah, I'm excited. You guys know that we will be talking more Atlanta very soon now that the show is wrapping up. And of course, we will be speaking on Candy spinoff, Candy and the Gang, very soon. The show premieres next month. So I'm excited about that. Let me know if y'all want me to recap every episode. I plan on doing that anyways, but let me know how y'all feel. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. I love you guys, and don't forget to create a great day.